Hey there, and welcome to a Prestige Fit mobility session. So this is for you guys. We're going to be doing a few more of these videos, and I'm going to do my best to shed some light on some mobility mysteries and give you guys a bit more education and some tips and tricks into how to be a little bit more mobile and flexible, and give you guys the best information I can provide. So today we're going to look at stretching and the ins and outs of how that actually works and what it is you're actually doing when you're stretching. Because we all know it's good for us, but I find that a lot of people don't fully understand exactly what it is you're doing when you're stretching, and there's different kinds of stretching too, which we'll get into another time. But today I just wanted to talk about what we call passive stretching. Now, passive stretching is like you may have stretched your quads before, so you've done something like this, where you're just holding a position and you're just waiting for that muscle to stretch. So, a couple of things to know about passive stretching is that it takes actually 2 minutes around, roughly, before the tissues actually start to lengthen. So you got to hold that position for about 2 minutes, and we're going to get a bit more into that at the end of this video. I'll get a little bit of a challenge for you. But when I talk about tissues and having the tissues lengthening, it's helpful to have a bit of analogy to this plastic bag here. Now, when you're stretching, what you're looking to actually lengthen and gain some give in is the actual fascial tissue. Now, fascia is anything from your skin all the way down to the plasticky wrap that actually surrounds every single muscle strand in your body. And you just have these tubes upon tubes upon tubes of muscle fibers, and they're all surrounded in this plasticky kind of tissue. And so what you're actually doing when you're stretching in those long passive stretches is you're trying to get this tissue to slowly lengthen. So if you put some constant pressure on plastic, you can see how if I do it nice and slowly, it starts to stretch, okay, and it gives. But if I do it too fast or too abruptly, it breaks, okay. Now in the body, your body won't let it actually break. Instead, what it has is a little sensor in there almost that gets the sensation of it feels like it's going to go too far or it could break, and it stops you from being able to go any further. There's actually nerves in that part that you're stretching that will actually stop you from being able to go further. And it'll stop you by either inhibiting the muscle or it'll stop you by pain or something like that. So the secret to stretching is a couple of things. One is that 2-minute rule that we were talking about. So it's taking the time to actually allow that tissue to stretch. And the other one is you have to be calm and relaxed. Okay, a bit like yoga sessions that we do on the Wednesday night. You've got to have that relaxed, calm state of being, because otherwise the body will again lock up and it won't let that lengthening happen. So 2 minutes long, nice and calm, and they're the main things that are the secret to a good long passive stretch. Okay, so again, what we're doing is we're very gently offering that tension so that the plasticky stuff around the muscle lengthens out. Okay, so what I want to leave you with today is to go and do what's called a couch stretch. This is a really good one to practice this with. A couch stretch is for your quads. So if you know you're someone who has tight quads, and it's a lot of people, a lot of us do, this is a really good stretch for you to do, and we're going to apply those principles to it. Okay, so the couch stretch is where we're going to have, it's called the couch stretch because basically you can get any kind of seat. Usually your couch at home is a bit nicer because it's not made of wood, and you've got the cushioning. So you basically just want to get in front of your couch like this, where you're going to have the foot up on the couch and the knee on the ground on a pillow or something. And what we want to do is, if you've got really, really tight quads, you might want to start a bit more out here. Okay, you might not even be able to get this leg up at first. It might be enough to be doing that. But essentially what we want to feel, and for you, the position you want to get into is one that's not too intense. Because remember, we're staying here for 2 minutes. So you want to be finding that position that is just feeling that stretch. You're feeling that plastic moving a little bit, and then you're just edging into that just that little bit. Remembering to breathe and remaining nice and relaxed and calm. Okay? And as you're in that stretch, you can move into it a little bit more and a little bit more as you feel those tissues lengthening, just like the plastic. You're pulling consistently, and that plastic slowly lengthens. So once you get in this position and you've got that little bit of a stretch happening and you're feeling it here, we're going to breathe. We're going to set that timer for 2.5 minutes, and we're going to just relax into that and spend that full 2 minutes. Now, I know it doesn't sound that challenging, but 2 minutes is quite a long time, particularly if you're in a bit of a deep stretch. Okay, just spending 2 minutes staying calm and relaxed can actually be quite a challenging thing. So that's why we've set this today as a bit of a challenge for you to practice, one, how to stretch properly, and two, have a bit of a task for you to have a go at home. So just to recap all of that, remembering that when we're stretching any muscle passively and we're trying to get that length, we're just very gently lengthening that plasticky stuff, okay, that fascia. And the other thing is you need to be relaxed and calm, so continuing to breathe, not locked up and tight, because the muscle and fascia just won't lengthen. So calm and 2 minutes, that's the key to a nice long stretch. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and yeah, let us know how you go. Cheers.